Rising, Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in, come on. I've got intel. Recon is afoot. Yes, energy. Up, Big Cat. I insist. Yes, come in. Just give it a hot minute for the big cats to assemble. We've got a thing or two to talk about. Waiting for the notification to go out. Come in, big cat. My mechanicals are having a laugh, mate. What's going on? Hold on, what's going on here? Just a second, darling dear. Trying to sort out this so I can see the comments. Come in, big cat. We've got a thing or two to talk about. Was you busy? Just saw 144 on the counter. Before we get into everything, because we are big cats around here, when you come to see me here at Don't Get Smoked Central, you get the usher. I've got a big mouth and I'm a blabbermouth, and I tell it all. Ha ha! We have a prayer wave, darling dears, on the 23rd of April 2023. Right? Why? Because the numbers all go up to a 16, and the 16 in numerology has to be between 1 and 9, darling dear, so it's a number 7. We are in a year of a 7, and that 7 is a highly spiritual number. There's a lot of wickedness being planned for everybody on this Malkuth between the 20th of April and the 23rd of April 2023 by those that are what? What was I telling you the other day? They were first, and now they're going to be last, darling dears. But they're not going to go down without a fight. But we are big cat, and when we move to the Most High. Why? We are chosen. We are children of the divine. Soldiers for the light, darling dears. Your words, your prayers carry spiritual weight, darling dears. So at 3:33 a.m. and 3:33 p.m., no matter where you are on the globe, write those times down on your almanac, darling dear, and let's get it on. Remember, Father God, Mother Isis sits high and looks low. We will be of one mind, darling dears. It's time we took all of our power back. Right, let's get into the planetary energies. We have a one given us moon. When the wound is somebody's feeling wounded, darling dear. That's their business, mate. I told you, we kick ass, take names, and eat the wounded. Figuratively, not literally. We ain't Jeffrey Dahmer around here, blood. Nah, mate, we've got no human sandwiches to offer anyone, right? Fist bump. Nah, mate. I didn't want to think about it. I'm not thinking about it. As I was saying, we have a one given us moon, darling dear. When the moon is one it means it's a time for us to rest, recuperate, regroup, and continue to soak it to and Scott. Why? Because the Horde is watching. We have a one given us moon in Scorpio. Scorpio, the 8th house. The house of what? Authority and power, darling dears. Yes, baby. The 8th house is also the house of what? Death, as well as taxes, darling dears. As well as that lovely T word for what? Transformation. It's the house of finances, darling dears. 8 is the number of money. Skrilla.com, darling dears. It's also the sign of infinity. Yes, baby, as we turn the tides, as they've been trying to sock it to us on every level. It's got to the point where we're even afraid to eat anything. I tried to have oat milk, then I had to spit it out because they said the oat milk's only for horses and animals. So I thought I'll eat some fruit. Then I had to spit it out because they said they're what? They're making them in a lab, right? So I thought I'll have some water. Then I had to spit that out as well. They said they got minor particles of plastic in it. There's this man, I can't remember his name on TikTok. I've got to stop watching him, mate. Because I'm telling you, I don't know what I can eat or drink, blood. And now he's gone into the supermarkets to get to the back of the... Listen, this brother's cold. If it was up to him, we'd be fasting. Yeah, we'd be like Buddhist monks eating once every century, blood. Afraid to eat anything, right? But we're a big cat. We bless our food once, twice, or thrice and cut and go through. But not Trenton. We don't eat the Trenton. That's the Jamaican terminology for pork. We ain't eating no pork, blood. Isn't that where Jesus cast all of the devils in? Right? I want no devilish pork. It did taste lovely when we used to jerk it ever so jerkified. Right? Because I am Jamaican. I come from Jamaican parentage, darling dear. But I'm not eating it. I curse the pork. I don't want to see it. Just show me the pork. I don't want it. Right? But anyway, let's go back to the planetary energies. Right. We have a 1 in Gibbous moon in Scorpio, darling dears. Something needs a refresh in your life, darling dears. This will help you feel more in control of what's going on. You can open up to new angles, solutions, and approaches. But take your time, big cat. We move slowly forwards, never backwards, in the words of Abraham Lincoln. We also have Venus in Taurus. Venus loves Taurus. Why? Because it rules Taurus and Libra, darling dears. So they're having what? They're giving each other love taps, darling dears. Yes. Taurus that likes to get to the possessions, and Venus likes the luxury, the loveliness, the money, bringing in relationships. Yes, yes, yes. All of this and that. Venus is having a fabulous time in Taurus. Right? Having a sextile. And we love a sextile. Why? Because the energy flows, darling dears. It's flowing for us. Venus in Taurus is sextile Neptune in Pisces. And you know Neptune is what? The ruler of Pisces. And what's Pisces? The 12th house, darling dear. The house of hidden enemies. Yes, baby. There's many of them. When you became Gandalf the White and said, this goes no further. Yes, 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 yes. You created enemies known and unknown. The 12th house is also the house of what? Support, darling dears. Support where you thought you had limitations. Why? It's a chance for you to spiritually transcend, darling dears. It's about getting to the hidden knowledge. They call it a cult. They said it was evil. Why? Because they wanted to use those knowledge against us. They did. For many, many a century. Until we said we're not having it, mate. When we realized the what? Eat. Was it eat? Eat, sleep and work, rinse and repeat. That's not all life is for. No, mate. We understood that we are what? A spiritual being, having a human experience. And we're meant to what? Live according to our north nodes. Not telling you off, just telling you what I know. And I told you I can be such a chatty cat. Right? But like I was saying, Venus in Taurus sextiles Neptune in Pisces. Softness, darling dears, can be helpful when dealing with people, especially if they're simpletons, feeble-minded, right, and need to be told love and light. With 2 of these, 1 of those, and a quick one of these, big cat. Make the effort to be more understanding and compassionate. I know I just sounded like I contradicted myself, but sometimes you have to humor a fool. Yes, baby. Sometimes you got to play a fool, right, to catch a fool. What's that? Law number 21 of the 48 laws of power. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Yeah. Help someone else out today, darling dears. Help them. Help them realize that they can't come back, that they're feeble-minded, and that you are obstreperous. Let them know you are a big cat, and you've got a lexicon and the memory of an elephant, just like the elephant in India. I know I keep talking about it, but I can't believe it, darling dears. It's so true. He murked that lady twice traumatized the whole of her family when he dragged her body off the prior. And when he finished, he sat down on the floor like this. The elephant did. It sat down and was like, "Rrr." That's elephant talk for bet. Bet. When he saw nobody was going to do him anything, he went, "Rrr," which was like, brethren, forward. And the elephant and its brethren found that same woman's house and broke it down. Didn't touch no one else's house, just hers. Whatever she did, hey, woo child. May you keep me from doing those kind of effronteries to any elephants while I'm still on this Mount Koof. Because I'm telling you, it was wicked. The family's still traumatized. Did anybody try to stop or check the elephant? No, blood. No. Anyhow, let's dive in, darling dears. I've got no mocha. Oh, Shay? Shay? Can you get me a coffee, please? Thank you, favorite son. He's not even speaking to me anymore when I say that, because he's my only son, but it's an incidental thing, darling dear. He went past and said, "That's not funny," in his baritone. He's gone into his Theophilus wildly beast voice again. Shh, shh, big cat. Anyhow, like I was saying, the horde is watching, waiting for you to fail, darling dears. Yet still you rise. Come through, Mayor Angelo. Push, clap. Yes, baby. They can't believe it. How comes you're still winning? Why are you still alive? How comes you look gorgeous, fabulous and lovely? Why are you peeing glitter, shitting cupcakes and farting rainbows? Where do you get your Skrilla from? Why do your children respect you? Why are you living in that house? How comes you've got a car that works? Why is God on your side? Why didn't you come back? They're asking all these questions at the tables you no longer sit at, Big Cat. You heard the bell for confirmation, darling dear. I can't make it up. Let's carry on at a hot trot. Let's get a runestone and get right into it. Thank you very much, Jacqueline Arenton, for the super chat. Yes, bestie, we're getting right to it. Ooh, we have our fellow darling dears. This is represented by the world card. On its side, darling dear, on its way down, Bobby Brown. Somebody's got the karmas all over them. It also speaks about homelessness. Listen, somebody's going to be coming to beg you if they can stay the night at your house. They're going to be coming with, like the little matchstick girl or boy from outside the train station, with a whole bushel of tall tales of what happened to them. They want to come and get a bed for the night. Next thing you know, they're begging you for your front and your back. Yeah. Big Cat, don't do it. Don't do it, Big Cat. Leave them where they are. They created the karma for themselves. The F and the O is represented by Othello, darling dears. You listen, get the swear words out. Have you finished? Or do you need another few? I'll give you a few more seconds to get all of the swear words that begin with F and O out. It's also represented by the numbers 84, 85, 86, and 87, the world card, Earth and Saturn energy, as well as the fixed signs of Leo and Taurus, darling dears. Somebody would love a fresh start with you, and they've turned into what? A hillbilly investigator. They're watching you, watching your accomplishments, watching you what? Go surpass, darling dear, limits that they put on you. Why? They thought that it was a feeble-minded person's world. Well, now they're finding out it's a Big Cat world. And the Big Cat Chronicles continues. They're looking at you as you what? Live with your values, your morals, darling dears. Leaning back into your religion or spirituality. Standing strong. They also see you walking solo dolo, like the boys or girls on the pole. Listen, they don't know how you do it, but yet they want to come and beg you for your back and your front, darling dear, and to tell you all of their tall tales. Listen, I haven't got the hairline or the edges for it. No, too busy getting great, big cat. The world card on its face, darling dears. This is someone or someone's, whether friend, family member, lover, co-worker, progeny, whatever the paradigm is for you. They didn't want the situation to be over. They wanted to bleed you dry of your everything. They wanted you to beg them back, run after them. They're feeling as though they haven't had no true closure with you. Right? Yes. They're feeling unsatisfied. Imagine that. The same ones that had the unsatisfied eyes when they was around you, darling dears, saw everything and everyone as better than you and talked about you like you was exactly, big cat. Exactly. Fill in the blank with whatever you like. But be careful in the comments, darling dears, because YouTube is picking people off, mate, and deleting them from people's accounts so you can't find them again. So be careful with what you write in the comments. Somebody's world's upside down, darling dears. This speaks about, as I said, a displacement or disharmonious mud hut. Their mud hut is full of what? Guantanamo Bay, darling dears, on crack. Having the time to sit amongst what they created for themselves. They're watching you. They're watching you travel. In some cases, travel the world, darling dears. Doing things on the World Wide Web. Maybe you've developed multiple streams of income. You know, yes, they might watch everything and then don't like it. They're waiting for you to what? Trip and fail. And many of them may even have the effrontery to come back and check up on you to see if you failed. Baby, will you be picking up that call? Will you allow them into your domicile with their bad luck, their bad vibes, their bad intention, their bad mind, and their bad credit? Good God. And the karma's on them? Nah, mate. It's up to you, bestie, but I'm telling you, best off out here. You've already been on that rodeo, and who was the one that was a horse's ass at the ending of that rodeo? All right, then. I don't like being the ass. I didn't like it. Remember, it's time for you to what? Or it was time for you to let go of the blade, darling dear, and hold the what? The helm of the whip, because you are big cat and you run things. You are Khaleesi or Carl, and now they're seeing how, thank you son, they're seeing how bad you truly are. Back to the bone, darling dear. Some of them see you as cold and unbending, and they say you ain't got no feelings. Yes, imagine that. They tried to put you in the grave with the worms, right? They wanted you brown bread, and they're saying you ain't got no feelings. You have got feelings. You've got feelings in your fingers to do this, this, and this. Yeah. They're waiting for you to fail. Let's bring a domino into this. Kung Fu Panda? Hiya! Haven't seen you in a month of Sundays. Oh, I haven't been paying attention. How are you, Kung Fu Panda? I hope you're kicking like Jackie Chan. Get into the bag in Silencio. And as I was talking about, the 7 diviners gifted us with a 7 for me to remind you of our prayer wave on the 23rd of November. I nearly said November. November is very important. November is what? The 11th month. The 11, it goes down to a 1. It's speaking about the independence, darling dears, us stepping into a new beginning and a more leadership role. The energy of the number 1 is ruled by the sun as well as Uranus energy. About yourself, darling dear. It's about you having a sense of purpose, right? Expressing ourselves, yes. And then we've got the Uranus energy to make sudden change on this Malkuth with our prayers we put forward on the 23rd of April 2023 at 3:33 a.m. and 3:33 p.m. No matter where you are in the globe, darling dears, take the knee for 3 minutes and 33 seconds. The words will come to you. But the words that came to me was what? The last shall be first and the first shall be last. Rupinder, you say it's going to be your birthday. Happy birthday in advance, Rupinder. Have the best, most fabulous, gorgeous and lovely time in silence, darling dears. Do nice and lovely, gorgeous, fabulous things to yourself in silence, Rapinda. Make sure you have the best birthday. And don't forget to pray. Take the knee, darling dears. It's time to what? For the worm to turn, darling dear. For the wheels of fate to be in the fate of the fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely ones. Those ones that are bad to the bone, darling dears. We have the energy of the 2, the High Priestess. I told you, secrets are about to be revealed, darling dears, and it's ancient knowledge coming through for us. We also have the energy of the 5, the Hierophant, Taurus energy. The High Priestess is the moon, Cancer as well as Pisces energy, and the Hierophant is the God card in Tarot, darling dears. It speaks about wisdom being for the wise. It speaks about the Most High Father, God, Mother Isis being present when we are doing our prayer in, darling dears. It speaks about what? You are High Priest or High Priestess, darling dears. Time for you to step into the role for which you volunteer to come back to this Malkuth for, darling dears. Time to what? Flex your spiritual muscle, because your words carry spiritual weight. Your actions carry spiritual weight. Why do you think you was able to make something out of nothing, darling dears? Why do you think the horde is still watching you? Captivated audience and all that. The energy of the 2 and the 5, darling dears. It speaks about what? A defeat in public office. Listen, I can't make this up. Public office will be defeated. We are unanimous in the spiritual energy, darling dears. Time for us to harness our what? Power grids, darling dears. Let them think that they've won. It's not over until the Most High says amen. Time for us to change a thing or two, big cat. Time for you to realize what your role is on this Malkuth, big cat. Apart from soaking it to him, darling dears, we came back for a reason. And don't let anyone tell you no foolishness about, oh, when you die, you're going to see a light and you must go towards the light. No, babe. If you go towards the light, your soul is going to be reconditioned and you'll be sent back to this Malkuth for another lifetime. No, babe. Don't be tricked, fooled, or hoodwinked into coming. I ain't coming back, lad. And you know why I come with these messages on a daily basis? It's because I'm a life path 11. I'm meant to teach you the way, darling dears, to get into your spirituality, to wake up to whom you are. I feel like I've got a monkey on my back. If I miss a day, I feel like I've let you down. I've not allowed a certain big cat to hear the news, the messages, the intel that will give them the rod in their back so that they can go on. Come through, Celine Dion. Posh, clap. Yes, baby. Oh, gosh. Got to get to my mocha. He makes it in the most. Look at this. And you know what somebody said in the comments one day? I bet he spits in it. I was thinking, oh my God. And I put listen, I hid that person from my channel. I said, you get some. I said to myself, listen. I said, what kind of life are they living? I know that people can be wicked, but what was they grown up amongst? The people spit in their food and drink? Oh God. Maybe they deserved it. Maybe they used to getting a bit of extra foam in their food and water because of their deportment and their behaviors. I might be feeling inclined to chuck a bit of spittle into their waterways as well, darling dears. Listen, some people say such the meanest things, darling dears. They're meanest, and they're missing. Because they can't come back unless they came back with a what? Assumed identity. Right, let's press on at a hot trot. We're going to use the life lesson cards as well as the mermaid deck to get our oracle ancestral message. Trust in the Most High, darling dears. Trust in the unknown, darling dears. Trust in your intuition as well as your discernment. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path, darling dears. Your path, your mission, should you continue to accept it, darling dears, is to what? Be the baddest you can be. Dance to that funky rhythm. Remember, Bob Marley said, some people just get wet in the rain while others dance. And we are big cats. And dance, I say. Dance. Yes. We dance, darling dears. Trust in your intuition and your dreams. They are big, darling dear. They are not ostentatious. They're exactly where they need to be. High, high. Face of the deck. Because you are being supported by your ancestral team, your security. Call them at any time, darling dears. Remember, you are the strongest soldier for the Most High. This is why you had to go through certain tribulations. This is why you had to get up from tables that you never believed you will never sit at them again. You had to walk away from people that you never believed that you would have to live the rest of your life without. And now you could listen. If you go around them again, the rest of your life will be in prison. Your life purpose fully supports you, darling dears. I told you, you are volunteers, darling dears. This is why you have been blessed. This is why you are able to bend the matrix. This is why you have the fortitude, the foresight, darling dears. And people like to turn around and tell you, oh, you're just lucky. Luck? Luck? I spit on that, darling dear. Luck is for the feeble-minded. It's your role. It's your right of passage. Everything that's come to you, darling dears, and will continue to multiply in your life is because you are being supported. Why? You are a favorite and you are a soldier for the light. This is why they're mad. See what the Mermaid Oracle ancestral messages. Final messages for the big cat. Yeah, you were sent to heal this Malkuth, darling dears. And I told you, the prayer wave is going to be off the Chizayin, darling dears. Is that the tail of a mermaid or is it a dolphin, darling dears? Your words will be heard, darling dears. Remember I told you that. You are spiritually blessed and gifted. 144 in the chat. When the chosen assemble, you know it's the true for you. Your words will heal this Malkuth, darling dears. Don't miss out on this chance in a lifetime. We also have the energy of Pluto in Aquarius, darling dears. Absolutely lovely. Aquarius is the sign of the what? I know. The water bearer, Intel. Their rule of 1,000 years, darling dears, is over. But we want to go on with the least amount of bumps as possible. We want to be eased in, as the last is first and the first is made last. Patience, darling dears. You had to be patient because your journey was hard. You was walking with your foot in two different worlds until you started to know thyself, darling dears. What Einstein told us. Until we began to know ourselves. How did we do that? By getting a hold of our birth natal chart. By realizing that feeling we had about those people or that person in our life were true feelings. You was always hated. You was always vilified. Why? Because you walk with the light, darling dear. You had that je ne sais quoi. They couldn't understand it. They expected you to trip and fall and beg them back. I told you what I would rather do. Do you want me to repeat it? Before I take anyone back from the past, I would rather stand naked in the rain in front of all my enemies with full 5G, right, and internet connection, right? I will carve out my own punani with a rusty knife, darling dears, and allow an emaciated Marga dog right where before I invite anyone from the past back into my existence. Repeat after me. My hairline comes first. Base of the deck, darling dear, as the riches of the Most High is being bestowed on you. Abundance comes in many forms, my darling dear big cats, my bestie. Not just the Skrilla.com knowledge, health, darling dear, fortitude, infinite possibilities are being blessed to you, darling dears. But remember, you are never alone. Call in your support. You have your ancestral team. Many of you are divinators, darling dears. Use your skills to heal another big cat. Don't wait to start anything. Start it now. This minute. Matter of fact, click off and come back to me later, darling dears. Get to it, big cat. We haven't got the time to be worried about this and worried about that. You hold the light, darling dears. Your words carry spiritual weight, and we will meet with one mind on the 23rd of April 2023 at 3:33 a.m. and 3:33 p.m. For 3 minutes and 33 seconds, we are having a big cat prayer wave. Yeah, so the horde are watching, are they? These mouth breathers, listen, they have to watch. You're captivating. Everybody stares at beautiful things. People have to look at the intelligent, darling dear. Yes, why? Because they're feeble-minded. You are a wonder to behold, darling dears. You've passed the final exam of evolution. You've created new chapters, not chapters in your life. You rebirthed you. You had to reparent yourself. You had to. You had to get the jazz hands and slap the shiznai out of yourself until blood and spittle was flying. You did. And if you haven't done it yet and you're still crying or even considering bringing back someone from the dodo dead, darling dears, and your name ain't Dr. Frankenstein and you're not a necromancer, go to the mirror. Look deep into your eye chakras and then slap the shiznai out of yourself until blood and spittle flies. And then what? If you start crying, rub them bitches in and come back. I'll be waiting for you to finish this read. Mocha sipped, because I ain't getting smoked. And I ain't smoking myself. Absolutely fabulous. Let's dive in, darling dears. Yes, baby, them have atikiphobia. They have the fear that they're not good enough. They're not good enough, blood. They're not. And they showed their hand, darling dear. The hand of the feeble-minded, the hand of the wicked. They are what? Littlefinger personified with the Lord Voldemort ways. But yet they want to come and beg you for a bed for the night so they can beg you your front and your back. Big cat, bestie, boy, if you allow that to happen to you, don't email me. Put it in the comments so all the cats can have a butcher's at that, darling dears. They will be forthcoming with many a comment. Let's dive in, darling dears. Why is the horde watching you so closely? Why is the horde watching the big cat who's minding their own business so closely? Thank you. Because you fell back, darling dear. You've had a chance to heal and recuperate, darling dears. This is what? Leaning on higher understanding. The salt is about what? Spiritual downloads, darling dears. The cards just said to you that it's going to what? Come to you in your feelings, in your dreams, on the astral plane, darling dears. It could also be off the television in the background. It may be the words from the mouth of a babe, but you've been getting upgrades in the knowledge and how to get to the knowledge and how to what? Understand said knowledge. Things that were gobbledygook to you when you was in the wrong company, darling dears. It's like A, B, and C now. Because you fell back. You know how to fall back and cut your 10. That's Jamaican terminology for crossing your ankle at your feet at the ankle, darling dears. You fell back. You understood that it was going nowhere fast. These people was like a lead balloon in your life. Brock pocketers, bad lucky, darling dears. For others, you gave them back that wedding ring. It was a ball and chain of wickedness. Why? Because it was that ball and chain, that certificate, the marriage certificate, was their cheating certificate, darling dears. It wasn't for anything else, but gave them the green light to cheat on you and disease you, darling dears. This also speaks about what? Some of you was made ill in situations. Others may have even lost progeny, loss of a pregnancy, darling dears, due to the stress and the spell work they had on you, darling dears. Many a wicked thing happened to you, but when you fell back in faith, Psalms 91:1, you was protected by the Most High. You left them alone. Sorry, I've got the tiny cards out because I've really got to get into this. This is someone or someone who have limited their options. And your ancestors are ensuring that they stay limited, darling dears, that they stay amongst what they created. You are an earth angel, darling dears. I told you, you are spiritually gifted, spiritually powerful, darling dears, protected, supported, and blessed. Your journey was hard, but you had to learn patience. Where is it? You had to learn patience. 2 different decks, darling dears. Being patient and compassionate with yourself, patient with your journey, patient with your learning, darling dears, patient with understanding that the temple that you have is the only one you're going to get on this Mount Goof. Understanding that you could turn your life around at any time. Look at Black China, Angela White. She's turned her life. Her mother is awful. Good God. Woo, child. I wish I had Angela on speed dial. I'll tell her, don't listen to that woman. You're right. The Black China's mother's like Lord Farquhar, right? On a high horse. And when she gets off, she's a little minuscule. She's a ball of wickedness. Many of you thought you was on the bad path, darling dears. You came out of situations, broke pocketers, darling dears. And what, barking at passing cars? You thought you'd lost your mind when it was the most sanest action you did when you chose to fall back. Get up from tables that no longer served you, left companies behind, darling dear. They thought you'd come back. No, mate, your ancestors was holding you back, darling dear. Holding you back. And now you command the biggest P of them all, darling dears. Your self-worth. Worth. It's your self-worth, your self-care, your self-love, darling. If you've got progeny, your progeny are spiritually blessed by the actions that you took. I told you, you've become a mentor in many a progeny's life. You are that guiding light, darling dears. And your loyalty shall attract loyalty. This also speaks into what? Multiple streams of income, darling dears. Every one of your earthly needs have been met, and it's about to surpass your wildest dreams as you continue to what? Be a soldier for the light, darling dear. Earth angel you be. Left many a bad circumstance behind. Ball and chain, married. That cheating certificate. Who wants that? Yeah, look what you left behind. The King of Wands. This is someone that's still looking into the past. Friend, family member, whatever that paradigm is for you, they're seeing that you are a natural born leader, spiritually protected, spiritually gifted, and you can't be taken down by a poison for Tom. Look at all of them bumps and trees growing off of it, darling dear. This also speaks about lies, darling dears. Somebody who liked to set it off. This is somebody that liked to set the cat amongst the pigeons. Yes. Well, who's stressed out now? They can't sleep at night, darling dears. Worried about what your next move is going to be. Continue to win in their face, darling dears. Chariot energy. The Chariot card also represents what? Foreign people and foreign places. You are of different nationalities, or you came from marginally different backgrounds, darling dears. You weren't the same as them. It was Sesame Street and all that. One of these people weren't quite like the other. You was built and born to succeed. Now they see it. Now that you're gone. Highly intuitive. Your instincts got you out of a tight fit, darling dears. Yes, you did cry for a while. You did. Until you realized the spiritual gifts that were yours and yours alone. Until you realize that you are being guided, darling dears. Until you realize that you are never alone. You are always supported. Until you realize that you had to be patient on your healing journey. Patient with your shadow work. None of us is without sin, darling dears. But it's how you overcame it, darling dears. This is why they're mad. The Horde. This is why they can't come back. They're feeling left out in the cold. They're getting the brunt of Easter Island and Stevie Wonder. Let's come through with the tiny cards. Clarify this King of Wands. Look at this. Jezebel spirit. All my cards fell down. The Most High is showing. What came out faced up? The devil's strongest worker. Toxic tricks. No healing in that situation. Yeah. Spiritually gifted, spiritually blessed, darling dears. And the Wands also speaks about divine timing. Jezebel spirit you was dealing with, I put it back, Queen of Wands in the upright. This is some kind, that person, if it was a love match, darling dears, you were sent to lead them into the light. But she was gifted with a full-on narcissist, darling. There's someone who was emotionally manipulative. Family members that were emotionally manipulative. When you started to sit in your seat of spirituality or get deeper into your religion, whatever the paradigm is for you, darling dears, they was the biggest headhunters, the ones that laughed the most. But who's laughing now? Who is laughing now? Who's watching who? You couldn't give a fiddity good golly or a gosh what's going on with them, but yet they are focused on you, darling dears, watching your every move, watching you go from strength to strength, yet still you rise. Chariot energy, the warrior within you, darling dears. You was the underestimated. They're left out in the cold. How do they feel like? What do they feel like in the cold? Yeah, they feel like they ain't got no closure with you, darling. Look, the runes in the card. Oh, fella, they would love to come back to beg you for something, darling dear. Listen, it's below your spiritual pay grade. You are their karma. Never you forget that. Base of the deck. You're getting an 11-11 fade for the due diligence. Nothing more from this deck. Not at the moment. When I open it up, Page of Cups. They want to come, they're immature, darling dears. They will come and lie to get back into a situation. Drama that you've overcome. Trauma that you had to face alone, darling dears. And understand these things were done to you. Right? In order to what? For them to be for you, darling dears. They were done to you for them to aid you and be for you. Remember I told you that. From that 8, you went and found your 9th cup, darling dear. Emotional fulfillment. Why? Because happiness is an inside job. Every answer comes from within. The cup's energy is about emotions, darling dears, whether good or bad. It's about love, darling dears. You love people that never loved you. People that had you as a mark from the start, darling dears. Because you was always built different. You weren't quite the same. You was never the same as them. I feel like I'm being chased. I felt something fall on me. And I'm like, what's going on? Right? Because I was going to get my Palo Santo and burn out this blood clot. Because I'm not having nothing moving around me, right? Unless it's a progeny or something I've chucked. Look, Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody who has limited, they're so busy watching what you had going on. The horde, the simple-minded ones. They didn't even water their own astroturf. And now they'd like to beg you for everything. This is the Page of Pentacles. This is someone that can't bend the matrix. This is somebody who's lacking in financial acumen, darling dears. This is someone that needs a whole other someone in order to be themselves. This is someone that can't be alone. Look, Page of Cups still face up. They want to come and apologize to you. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. Listen, I didn't say tell you I could sing, but I can let you understand what I mean, though. Yeah, leave me alone, yeah. Well, not always alone, bestie. I feel like I need another deck. Let me see what's going on here. Because we've got many that are looking into the past, darling dears. They're looking at how you was docile in a situation where you didn't stand up for yourself verbally, darling dears. You was always taking the short end of the stick. You lost a lot of money, time, and possibly even your mind in a situation with someone who thought they was the dog's bollocks. Someone or someone's, darling dears. They expected you to be stressed, pressed, pumped, and perturbed for air, and maybe even take yourself out, darling dear. And not for lunch. But yet they see you winning. And for every accolade you achieve, darling dears, it's hitting different. It's hitting them different. Somebody needs to tell them to stop watching, mate. It's a stone to their eye chakra, and a blade, a rusty blade, to that black hole they dare call a heart. They was waiting for you to fail. Let's get another deck to see what's going on. I'm gonna use the wisdom. Is it the Lightseer's Tarot deck? Base of the deck. Death is transformation. You changed, darling dears. You're not the same cat you was of yesteryear. You had to change. Nobody's the same. You're not the same person you was last week. Good golly and gosh. Let alone, what, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. You ain't that same cat. By them days, you was a kitten, darling. They're being pushed around, right? You was extremely unhappy, amongst the unlucky, going nowhere, darling dears. Again, we see the Queen of Pentacles, 2 different decks. This is you bossing up in a major way, knowing your worth, sitting on your throne, darling dears. You soon toddle over to what? The Empress from the Queen of Peas. This is about you shutting your eyes on circumstances that you can't change. Remember, they were done to you so that it could be for you to realize whom you are. Spiritually gifted, spiritually guided, financially protected, darling dears. You can have anything you want, but you have to what? Conceive, believe, and achieve. Focus, darling dear. You've got that big F being bandied around. That's what got you to where you are right now. And us focusing together on the 23rd of April 2023 at 3:33 a.m. and 3:33 p.m. The last shall be first, big cat. Remember, I told you that. They wanted you to be unhappy. You listen, ain't no one's checking for them, boo. Your eyes are closed. And you've got high shadow on your eyes. Yeah, hangman. Because you see it from a spiritual perspective. Look, can't you see our fellow here again on its face? We've got radio, the chariot energy. This is somebody who's stuck. This one here next to it is Perfra, the high priestess, darling dears. The high priestess on its face. Spell casting, negative words, lots of secrets, darling dears. The secret is that they wish they could be with you, darling dears. They wish they'd seen it your way when you was there. They wish, and they better shut up, right? These weak-minded simpletons. 7 of Wands. They affected your health, darling dears. Your money, your home, everything was destabilized around this person. You lost a lot of things around them, darling dears, until you said, I'm Gandalf the White. I'm too pretty for this. I'm too gorgeous for this. What's going on? Yes. And you turned your shapely back, law 16 of the 48 laws of power. You hold the whip, darling dears. Never you forget that. Always being in expectation for what? The highest good in every situation. You are a child of the light. Your road was the hardest because you had to reawaken yourself to the what? Volunteering that you did, and to remind your spiritual self, darling dear, your soul, not to do that shiznai again, blood. You don't want to come back. Not to this Malkuf. We're going to get it right this time. And he who does not want to listen, leave them to feel, darling dears. Remember, it says 2 will be in the bed and 1 will be taken. I'd rather be the one that's taken, blood. I don't want to be left behind now. Divine is also telling you, don't worry about what you lost from that situation, whether it was time, energy, darling dear, money, a home, a car, a job. Everything was in that, everything you had at that time was to keep you stuck in that paradigm, darling dears. Keep you stuck and comfortable. And comfort is kryptonite to a big cat, darling dears. Don't worry about what happened in the past, darling dears. It's what's about to come towards you. Keep your expectations high. But remember, faith without works is dodo dead. James 2:14. You got to put your back into it, darling dears. Wands is about taking action. You choose a dream, no matter how wild you may think it is, darling dears, and follow it until the wheels fall off. Let them watch. They're looking at whom you ain't. You don't even live at that address anymore. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. You ain't that person. You are a natural born leader, and they don't like it. This is why they try to make you feel less than. This is why in some cases King of Wands like to put their hands on you, darling dears. Because when they was fighting you, they was really fighting the lack mentality in themselves. Because no matter what happened, you were still rising in that situation. You look back, darling dears. They try to keep you as a thumber, but you can't hold down what was meant to fly, darling dears. Yes, big cat, you are a flying cat. Remember, you are Ibex. If there's a crack, you don't fall back. They They're looking back. Listen, the lizard king or queen, this Jezebel spirit, worried about your next move, darling dears. But yet they can't stop watching, because yet still you rise, darling dears. And they can't come back. And if they do come back, darling dears, all you've got to do is say thank you. Just tell them thank you. Thank you. Because what they did to you was for you. Clarify the King of Wands, looking back into the past that no one gives a F about, unless it's for recon, right? Clarify what this trippy talker with the T-Rex arms is looking back at. What am I looking back at? You leaving, darling dear. They're watching you go. Yeah. In my what? I'm sounding like his name. Was it the gingerbread man from Shrek? He's wearing a thong. Yeah. They're looking back. Their voice is taken on a higher octave. You left and didn't come back. You packed up your common sense, your good seat of emperors and empresses, unmatched Panani or Fatum, darling dears. Why? It came with unconditional. You know, I don't even think you fully understand how they felt when you touched them with your unconditional love. You didn't want anything from them. You didn't demand anything. You expected to get love back. Well, we've been wrong about many things, darling dears, but we're not going to talk about that, because we are forward-thinking cats. Whomever the horde is, darling dears, they're watching, they're remembering the time when you said, fuck you, in your Shrek gingerbread man voice. Fuck you, and everything you've got going on, and you left. They're thinking about that. And they're crying into their fists with regret, and they can't sleep at night. Why? Because your ancestors are petty. Likes to wake them up in the night, do they? Yes. They're remembering, darling dear, that when you left, the good luck, the good fortune, they may have had a good job, darling dears. They may have lorded over you with that said job, thought they was winning. But when you left and took your power grid, darling dears, they didn't realize that you was the light. You came with the infinite it was always you. You, big cat. It was always you. So let them think about the time you left, mate. And crying to their fists. Okay. Let that bad juju stay with them. Too busy, right? Being in your rich white lady season, darling dear, where you are bending the matrix. You ain't got time for that. Yet still you rise. They're crying and they're talking about you, darling dears. Wishing that they could still be the what? Be an authority figure in your life. Whether it was a friend, a family member, a partner, whatever paradigm they had. They're watching you boss up, darling dears. They see that you've created options for yourself. Look at this snake. Yeah, they're seeing that life is just like snakes and ladders, darling dears. They rolled the dice wrong, darling dears. They said bet to you, and you said okay. They wish they could be an authority figure in your life. They wish they could come to you for your good advice, right? Queen of Pentacles, your business acumen, your common sense, which is a superpower amongst the feeble-minded simpletons, darling dears. They wish they could. Now it's got me sucking my 31 teeth, and they don't like sucking my 31 teeth. They've seen you boss up, darling dears. Never you ever second guess how, that's right. What's that? Star Love Angel. Never you ever underestimate your checkmate. Trust and believe. It's still reverberating in their ears. What's that? Your love and light. As you said, see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Yeah. Base of the deck. All they can do is think and talk about you. They are focused, darling dears, talking over rubbish, old shiz, naive. And for every curse they send at your name, darling dear, your ancestors come back for them at 3 a.m., mate. So let them keep talking. It's like 9, 10, never sleep again. That's their business, blood. That's their business. Because yet still you rise. You are going places, man. And remember, you are spiritually gifted, spiritually protected, spiritually guided. Your words carry spiritual weight. You was the light in their life. Never you forget it, darling dears. You came with that, that unconditional love. You are a once-in-a-lifetime cat, and never you ever forget it. You was not meant to be amongst the horde. You was meant to stand up as a warrior amongst many, darling dears. So never you ever walk in that path, ever doubt the walk in the path alone, darling dears. Alone is when God says, can you hear me now? Your mission, if you should choose to accept it, is to what? Get great. The disloyal, darling dears, disloyal, lying, spying, scheming, they're little fingers, darling dears. They did so many things around you. This is the ones that gossiped, told you your innermost secret and laughed, darling dears. They did all of this and that, but yet they're focused on what you've got going on. Who's laughing now? They're amongst feeble-minded just like them, darling dears. They can't break out of the cursation they brought on themselves. They can't get over the losing of the unconditional love. It does not just have to be in a romantical, darling dears. It could have been a friendship. It could have been a family member. Whatever that paradigm was for you, darling dears, you gave it unconditionally. So yeah, if I was them, I'd miss me too. Yeah, clarify the chariot, please. Because your true soul tribe is coming for you. You are highly intelligent, darling dears, right? Divine doesn't want you to cry over spilt milk when you are meant to be drinking from the humble cup of the Most High, darling dears. Infinite knowledge. You are highly intelligent. You're able to what? Bend any situation. Many of you are about on the precipice of signing major contracts, darling dears. Contracts. Because of your intellect, how you do what you do. You was built to bend the matrix. Many of you will be signing what? Marriage contracts. The Queen of Swords is someone who's been through a divorce, a major loss in their life. Maybe even have lost a child in a situation. But you're about to be blessed again with true love's first kiss of the unconditional kind, reciprocated. All of that sadness, walking alone, was for you to understand yourself and understand that you hold the whip, darling dears, and anything you can conceive, believe, and achieve and put your back into will be in the palms of thine hands. What you had to go through, what you went through, it was done to you, for you, big cat, for you. You was not meant to be amongst many. Leave the feeble-minded where they are, losing their mind, losing money that's not theirs. They're in debt on Keitha as well as Malkuth, darling dears. King of Wands on its face, darling dears. Many of them thought their looks, darling dears, would take them forever. Well, beauty is as beauty does. Beauty's on his skin deep. They're going to get whole one day if they're lucky. They've got no backative, darling dears. They've got no true conversation. Listen, you may even think, listen, even being in the company of someone that's got interesting conversation, darling dears, is a blessing. They're amongst feeble-minded people that doesn't know how to build. They're amongst people that they can't even trust. They feel vulnerable every single day, wishing that you'd look back for them. You just have to go like this and then come hither. Never you take them back, darling dears. They are broke pocketers going through the bad luck, right, with their bad vibes, their bad intentions, and their bad credit. How dare they think about you and talk about you? How dare they? Face of the deck. Cry me a river. 5 of Pentacles. 2 different decks, darling dears. They got their eye pressed against the keyhole of your life, darling dears, wishing that you'd open that door and invite this energy vampire, Prakalisha, back into your existence. They wish. This goes to Ten of Pentacles. They curse their own generations to come, darling dears, with their actions. This is why if you have progeny, darling dears, continue to do the right thing. Continue to invite the Most High Father, God, Mother Isis to sit at the head of your table. Continue to lean on your discernment and your intuition, because you are protecting the progeny you had in those paradigms, darling dears, and your progeny to come if you don't have them yet. Don't take on their karma. Continue to make the right choices, darling dears, because you will surely reap what you sow. Patience is key. Patience is king. Now my lips are all thin and my eyes are slitty. Major bombastic side eye. Come through, Nurse John. Posh clap. Bombastic side eye. Yeah. Let's get some final cards. Should we go with the deck of the wicked? Why not? We're here anyway. Final messages before we get off and get great. What's this? OMG. I'm miserable and lost without you. Misery likes company. Well, guess what? They better stay miserable and lost, mate, because you've got a bat, you've got free go-to moves, and you've got common sense, which is a superpower, darling dears, right? They went in, if they got into a rebound, the honeymoon is over. They had the green grass syndrome. The karmic is no challenge. What did I tell you? It could have been your good conversation, your jokes, the way you cooked, the way you, whatever it was, your je ne sais quoi, big cat. That tied with the unconditional love, true love's first kiss. You're telling me they don't miss that? Ha ha. Right? Adulting is not their forte. Well, we can see that, right? You've got a decision to make, darling dears. Are you going to go backwards for validation from a feeble-minded simpleton? Or are you going to what? Continue to walk. Walk it like you talk it in the light of the Most High, on your divine mission to live according to your what? Birth natal chart, your North Node, right? Fear, worry, anxiety, and stress the F out. Who wants to be around that? Not me. Listen, they had you as prey. They always wanted to be the predator in your life. They wanted to continue to take from you again and laugh at you, darling dears. Laugh at your efforts and your achievements, because you hold the light. You saw the chariot, the warrior within you, darling dears. Your comeback game is for the gods. Let's go to my FP555 Oracle Intel deck. I've put two decks together, but I've mixed them together. If you'd like to pick them up, follow the link in the description box below and you can procure said decks. Final messages, because we've got to get back to our abundance in Silencio. Give them your back. Law 16, darling dear, your shapely back and buttocks, the tight ones that you've been working on, darling dears. Keep it moving. 5-5 is to let it go, darling dears, right? They're going through hellfire and powder house. And they're looking for someone to share in that karma. The 4 and the 5 goes to a 9, hermit energy. You better what? Continue to distance yourself. Remember, in some cases, they deliberately ostracized you because they wanted you to come and beg them back so they could treat you worse than before. A snake only sheds its skin to become a bigger snake. It said you've got to make a decision. Well, guess what? You better choose you, darling dears. The 2 and the 9 goes to 11. 11 is a highly spiritual number. It speaks about being divinely inspired, and it also is encouraging you to keep going and pay attention to the synchronicities in your life, darling dears. The synchronicities. Base of the deck, because everybody's watching you now. Hey, everybody's watching you now. Yeah. On that note, I drops me mic. Some of you are about to step into fame, darling dears. about to be what? Head and shoulders above the rest. But remember, at new levels, there's always going to be new devils. But at every level you ascend to, darling dears, you are what? The unknown, darling dear. The underestimated. And you will be forever covered by the Most High. Remember, I told you that. Keep the Most High, Father God, Mother Isis as the head of your table. Lean on your own understanding. You will feel it in your solar plexus, in your tummy, when something something right. It's just not right. Always be the keyboard gangster, darling dears. Investigate everything. And if you ain't sure, if in doubt, big cat must head out. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, toddle over to my Patreon, or simply come back here, or take the hop, skip and jump to my Patreon, where I also upload videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this message with whomsoever you feel needs it, but not the feeble-minded. They won't understand it, darling dear. I'm not speaking slow enough for them, and I didn't show it. I haven't got what? Communicative dance to back it up. Well, I will, except for the love and light. There's only so many times you can do it till it's not even funny anymore. And hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I'm kicking my way through these tarot streets again. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. The Horde is watching. Give them something to look at. You are now Gandalf the White, Khaleesi or Khal. You hold the whip, big cat. Waiting for you to what fail, yet still you rise. Cat, cat. Cat, cat. Send them a sympathy card. Because the old you is dodo dead. Never to be rectified or risen.